I cannot be the only one who be laughing hard about this episode. Now, the comedy was just freaking phenomenal. That much I can say. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I really did laugh my butt off really, really badly. You know what? I even wish I watched this with a giant audience honestly, because I think I would not stop laughing for at least 2 minutes or so, or freaking like 30 seconds or more. I don't know, but anyways, I'm here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Shokugeki no Souma, Shin no Sara, which is on episode 10, or you could call it Food Wars: The Fourth Plate on episode 10. Now, this episode right here. Oh man, you know, I remember reading this in the manga, and I did not expect the anime to actually make it like to that extreme. Even I'm just laughing so hard to that point right now. I'm like, oh my gosh, when those scenes came up, I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, they literally outdid themselves this time around. Okay, so if anything else, yeah, let's just get this started. We have to it, of course, that Yukihiro Souma and everyone else, Yukihiro Souma and Nakiri are facing up against Tsukasa and Rindo, you know? And of course, we have to that Yukihiro and Erina are still at each other's throats while Tsukasa and Rindo are making their dish pretty nicely, you know? It looked really, really funny. It looked really, really funny in my opinion. I mean, like, think about it. I mean, you've seen that these two have been at each other's throats for a very long time, even last night. But we see to it that they are still at each other's throats, and of course we have to it that the Rindo and Tsukasa finished their dish, of course, and we see to it that Rindo presented her appetizer, which is called mushroom mille foulet with deluxe filling, you know. And we see to it that one of the judges, Choka, whatever her name is, and along with An, they end up analyzing the dish after they start to eat it, you know. And we see to it that that one of Kobayashi, that the star ingredient that Rindo's appetizer is known to be shiitake mushrooms whatsoever. She used olive oil to cook them into a confit, trapping the umami flavor while enhancing it as well. Even Azumi continues to talk about it too by saying she added champagne and mushrooms and shallot sauteed to golden brown and garlic and butter, along with like simmered it with the paste and broth, you know. Cracked nuts and heavy cream were blended in to make a deluxe that she sandwiched between the mille foulet layers, you know. And the deciding factor of this dish is called tang. What did you use to bring out tang? And she said it's ants. It's ants, and everyone's really shocked about that she used ants, you know, but she also explained how it worked out, because you see here, I extracted the formic acid from ants and mixed it into my deluxe, you know. However, too much of that will be very poisonous, but small amounts could be a wonderful accent, you know. And An explains like it's not just unnecessarily sweet, but provides a sharp tang that's truly invigorating. And plus, with something sweet, it can create deeper, more nuanced flavors than most citrus fruits, you know. And we see to it that Rindo Senpai explains like older ants would give you more formic acid and would ruin the flavor. So the young ones I had were actually mellow sweetness that I was looking for. And we see to it that even Yukihiro's friends are like, oh my gosh, she created an appetizer that's really elegant, you know. And we see to it that like that one of the judges explained like when you are eating this dish, you are nothing more than being brought to the main course, you know. And Azumi explained that this dish is 100%. I couldn't ask for a perfect appetizer. And we see to it that Tsukasa decides to present his dish involving salt crust, but it's as we get to know that this salt crust is mixed with egg whites and then spread over the top of the dish to form a thick crust, and ensures no moisture escapes, keeping the deliciousness concentrated and slight, you know. And we see to it that one of our buddies makes a history lesson by saying long ago when Toyotomi Hideyoshi was deployed on expedition, he'd cover sea bream with salt crust, you know, to prevent him from rotting. And we see to it that Tsukasa Eishi ends up breaking the thing and shows up some red glimmering meat, which is venison, which is called white armor plate sauce chevrolet, you know. And we see to it that Tsukasa explained like meaning the dish ingredient of my dish is venison. And we see too that Yukihiro decides to give it a taste as well, and he's really blown away. we see to it that this appetizer didn't simply lead to the finale of the course, but it also gives out more to come, you know? And we see to it that Rindo Senpai and everyone else is really shocked to see how this was tasty. Not even Nakuri Azami ends up having this disrobing figure where he disrobes someone else, you know, which is called the gifting. I don't know what it is, but one thing for sure is like since Azami is married in a Nakuri family, he inherited the ability of disrobing. And yeah, we have to it that since he disrobed the two judges he had at his side, you know, this proves that he commands that the dish is really delicious here and there, you know, and that is a real deal, etc. Yukihira was actually shocked to see Tsukasa Eishi presented this dish, but we see to it that, of course, Eishi says, well, I did go all out against you, but I didn't think it was the right time to show off this dish, you know? And Yukihira Souma decides, you know what? Now it's my turn. And we see to it that, like, Yukihira Souma, even though he did have his argument with Nakuri last night when it comes to the match, you know, he ends up having some advice from Ishiki where he did tell her that Erina is, like, the key to this revolution because, like, she is able to, like, be able to tell what's the bad parts and good parts of the dish, you know, and Nakuri Azami wants to take advantage of that. Yukihira Souma, after realizing that, he's gonna take advantage of that and ask Nakuri to actually do all this dish tasting for him. And we had too that Nakuri is actually surprised about this. Even Yukihira's friends and allies are like, yeah, I think he can take advantage of that, you know? And we see too that there was some funny stuff involving, like, some arguments here and there, and etc. But yeah, it was pretty hilarious. But of course, Yukihira Souma does cook hard and ask Nakuri Erina to take a look into this, you know. And when it comes to certain parts here and there, it seems like to me Yukihira will try to put it in certain words where it's kind of like simple for him. Nakuri Erina is actually surprised to see Yukihira is actually doing this, but she's actually like, what in the heck are you doing anyway, you know? Why are you changing things up though? And we see to it that Erina's like, Yukihira, what the heck are you doing? And he is making the appetizer, but what makes it very hilarious and funny right now, oh man, this is why I laugh so hard. Like, all the people's face expressions were just off the charts, man. Even Nakuri Azami's like, you call this an appetizer? Oh man, I know, right? I know I sound so loud right now, but I can't help it because here's what freaking Yukihira presented as an appetizer. It's a freaking meat on the bone caveman. It was very freaking off the charts of everyone's face expressions, man. Everyone's like, are you effing serious? Even Nakuri Azami's like, seriously, man? Oh man, really? I really can't help it. Like, I have this feeling in my gut. I could watch this scene over and over again, and I could just laugh so hard because the anime really outdid themselves this part. Okay, I really wish I watched this with the giant audience, man. I would have laughed so hard for so many seconds that everyone would be laughing with me. Hopefully, I don't know, but okay, let's get to the serious side. Enough of me, like, being a little off topic. Yukihira Souma presented a caveman dish which involves meat on the bone, and Azami's like, you gotta be effing serious, man. You really seriously want to present this as an appetizer? And we had to that one of our friends or characters going, hey, Yukihira, are you deadly serious? And Yukihira's like, what? I just did what Nakuri told me to do, right? Made the appetizer pate de campagne. And everyone's like, you're serious, right? Even I would be like, oh boy, this ought to be crazy. But Aldini realizes, I think I might have sensed something from Yukihira after he lost control here and there. Even Rindo's like, what the heck are you doing, dude? But we had to it that one of the judges ends up tasting the dish and realizes, oh wow, the meat wrapped around the exterior is marinated strips of beef, you know, and right underneath the flavor is the layer of bacon slices. They're also holding the pate in place. And she's actually surprised because just the first bite makes the impact from all the protein reverberate throughout my body. And Yukihira Souma presented like, yeah, what I used was yakiniku sauce as the base of as a base of marinade, which is something that he is store-bought from yakiniku sauce. It has a great balance of garlic, ginger, soy sauce, and mirin, you know? It's a solid base for marinade. And after that, I added hunter, grated onions, freshly squeezed orange juice, and had Naku taste them for me, as Yukihiro explained, to adjust the flavor that fit pate de campagna, you know? And we see to it that An explained, like, it's not just the outside that pate is most exquisite part of art. It's full body yet delicate. It matches perfectly with the aromatic layer of meat, making each bite spark an explosion of flavor. And An explains, like, he used a base of chicken liver and added chicken breast and cream, as well as finely chopped green beans, carrots, and shimeji mushrooms. But the work he did on those individual vegetables is superb. You know, confit, grill, braised, suya. He brought out the best of each ingredient. Even right now, one of the judges is really shocked about this, along with the other judge who she's dressed in a white dress whatsoever, or white clothing. We see to it that there's another aroma in this dish that's seeping between the layers of the meat, you know? And Yukihiro Souma explained, like, it's an extra thick jelly consommé that I boiled down, you know? Right before serving the dish, I used a super thick cooking injector to inject plenty of it into the meat. It starts gushing out while you're eating to change up the flavor, etc. And he got that from molecular gastronomy, maybe from Alice or something, you know? And we see to it that An says, amazing, I'm even more drawn to this dish than I was a moment ago. But each subsequent bite becomes more exciting as you discover all the twists because you change up the flavors, you know? Even right now, the two judges, which is the dark one and the white one, not to be a little, like, messed up right there, they had their clothes gone, which means Azami actually compliments the dish by thinking in his mind the approach he took with the vegetables. It reminds me of the magician Legumi's Shinino Konjuro did. By bringing out the full potential of each vegetable, the overall flavor of this dish is deepened without losing any elegance. And the method of flavors using at all different times to draw people in. And we see to it that Yukihiro explains that, yeah, I made the combination of my mapo tofu and that other dish he made with Kojiro or something, and he just mashed them. He realized that if he mashed them together, it would be a jumbled mess, but he ends up having Nakri Erina help me out how to combine the best parts of the dishes, and he says it's called the Countdown Caveman meat cheeky youngster style, you know? True Yukihiro cooking. And we see to it that Azumi gives his compliments by saying, ordinarily, it'd be impossible to promptly balance all these complex components. Because of the guidance of the god tongue, you actually elevated this dish to being what they call a specialty. However, your Tsukasa's main dish was boosted a few levels thanks to Kobayashi's Rindo's appetizer. You had the nerve to present a main dish as an appetizer, which ruins the entire course. Which, he goes like, no matter how close you were to perfecting your own score to actually go on par with Aishi, this doesn't mean anything. It gets 0 for the proper course meal. Even right now, one of the Elite 10 goes like, hey man, is he really this thoughtless or what? And we see to it that Erina's like, what the heck did you do, Yukihiro? Now we're all in trouble. But Yukihiro Souma says, I need you to listen to me. I really want to win this team Shokugeki no matter what. And she goes like, then why did you change things up? Why didn't you follow my instructions, huh? And we see too that Yukihiro Souma explains to Nakari, yours would have lost in an instant. And she goes like, what are you talking about? Yukihiro Souma therefore explains to Nakari by saying, look, what Tsukasa Senpai, what he presented and what I tasted, it really packed a major gut to the punch, or a punch to the gut, really badly. I tried a number of your options last night, and all of them would have lost. None of them were your specialty. So, we need to hit him with everything we got. 2 specialties with everything we've got. So, you and I can have the Shokugeki right now, and right here and now. If you can't beat my dish, we're gonna lose this match. So, basically, this is a Shokugeki between you and me. Beat my dish, you hear me? So, yeah. Pretty much without a lot of detail, and I'm pretty sure you guys want some simpler sentences after what I'm telling you guys. What Yukihiro did, he did try out Erina's options last night, but it wouldn't work. He even when he tastes Tsukasa Senpai's dish, he knew that he cannot hold back, and that's the reason why what he presented was actually kind of out of the ordinary. But Yukihiro Souma told Nakri, you have to beat my dish once and for all. If you can't, we lose. Pretty much what Yukihiro Souma did was to tell Nakri Erina, get the hell out of your comfort zone and present something to me. You and me are having a match right now, you know? That kind of thing. Yeah, what I'm saying is complicated, but Yukihiro Souma, overall words without a lot of confusion, he pretty much prompted Nakri to, like, take down his dish after what he presented, because we had to hit him with everything we got, you and me, otherwise we lose this match. That's it. So, yeah. Okay, knowing that I'm done with the recap, without a lot of, like, detail that could be a little confusing, it's just the match between Rindo Senpai and Tsukasa Eishi against, Erina and Yukihiro Souma. Obviously, they presented their dish first, and they seem to be in the top ranks right now. But as for Yukihiro Souma, he presented a dish that would have been called possibly a main dish. But we also have two that he tells Erina to, like, what I presented in this dish, I need you to boost it up and make it better. Otherwise, we lose this match, that kind of thing. So, yeah. Anyways, like I said, this episode was really fun. And I will tell you the truth, I laughed hard so badly when Yukihiro Souma presented his dish. Because, honestly, this is what happened in the manga. And I was wondering how the anime would go about it. And guarantee, they literally went to the extreme, in my opinion, and they did a nice, fine job with it, because they literally got me laughing hard. That much I can tell you. So, looking forward to the next episode and the one after that, and yeah, that will soon come to that part, which I'm not going to say any more than that. So, until then, people, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Alpha Zero. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!